So how about those Islanders, huh? I asked the question because I needed to know. I said, I need to know how. How are the New York Islanders going to go up to Edmonton and win, which they've only done once since I've been on spring break. I was on spring break in Acapulco with a girl, Elena, on my lap, who I will never, ever, ever forget.
Ooh, yeah!
And only once since that day. Acapulco's like a drug-ridden hellhole now. It was a spring break spot back at that time. And the Isles have only won once since then, so I needed to know how is it going to happen. And I got to see how it happened, and his name was Ilya Sorokin, who continually plays fantastic against the Edmonton Oilers, and they pitched a shutout. And who knows, I would imagine, you should have, didn't you do the whole reverse because of how things were going? And if you're saying, you seem a little too excited for a guy who said that the Oilers were definitely going to win, the problem is, if the reverse sweep continued, then we would still be in the midst of the nightmare. But too many things happened. The Hartman point happened. I had the right read on the Kraken. They stayed under 2.5 goals. The Bruins won that game. So now is when the ship starts to turn. I've done this whole rigmarole way too many times. But am I excited about the Islanders? For you Isles fans out there? Because I seem there's an undertone of Isles fans not being happy that I'm not more gung-ho. They want me to go bong rips. They want me to go all bong rips all the time. We're going to the conference final again. Who knows? We're going to the Stanley. I have exactly the same amount of faith I had before the start of the season. Does Stevie bong rips? No. I mean, he has them in the Stanley Cup beating Colorado in 6. He's going to give Colorado 2 games in the Stanley Cup final. And speaking of bong rips, we have his Detroit Red Wings on this slate. Another night last night where we see those teams who had to play and then travel go into a team waiting for them, and that team delivered up a nice loss. Now, not the Senators, not the one Senators game from 2 days ago. They always wait, a sniff early and $1 short is what happened with so many of these sniffs. But you got Detroit waiting there for these San Jose Sharks, who I got to admit, man, they continually play pretty damn entertaining and pretty well. To go into Washington, who was coming off a nice overtime win against the Canadiens, and just straight up beat them. They went up 3-1 and didn't relinquish that lead. It's pretty impressive, but still, they're then going to Detroit. I mean, they're a young team, so it shouldn't affect them too much, but I know someone on the Patreon, when they were wanting me to go do videos, look, man, I don't even care. You don't even need to give picks. Just talk about Tyler Toffoli plopping his fat ass in front of the net. Well, he's going to be plopping his fat ass in front of the net because he was skating last night. Now you're going to ask him to go skate 2 straight nights. Now, I got to say, if you're going straight up money lines, the way the Sharks are playing, they can really beat anyone. And you know how I feel about Detroit in the long run. This is more so, they're going to play back-to-back games. Detroit is sitting there waiting. And I think that they should be able to score a couple of goals, as you see with a lot of these teams. While it's not the best price in the world, I will go with that over 3.5 goals for the Detroit Red Wings against the San Jose Sharks. How do you like that, Stevie Bong Rips? And I would once again bring back the James Van Riemsdyk, but look, we were getting him at plus 130. I was excited to take him, obviously screwed me. Then now he's plus 100. Not really worth it at home against the San Jose Sharks, but I do see some other ones that are worth it. What do you want? Donkeyline, or I'm not getting in? Fine, we'll start with the Donkeyline of the night. And this is in a game between the Florida Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes. You know what I've said through the years, when there's a team who eliminates another team in the playoffs, I mean, more than once, too. And not just an opening round matchup. 2 conference finals in the last 3 years, the Florida Panthers have eliminated the Carolina Hurricanes. So always in those instances, the team who got eliminated, this always means way more. And these 2 teams have had some pretty intense games already. The Panthers were shorthanded. Now it's just an absurdity. There's obviously no Barkov. There's still no Kachuk. They lost Marchand. They don't have Seth Jones. This is just too many players not playing, going up against a team who recently did get Seth Jarvis back. Slavin has been playing now. So this is a home game for Carolina where they can get last change, get the matchups they want against an injury-depleted Florida team who's so good that they still are able to get points. Who's the only team beating Buffalo? This severely shorthanded Florida Panthers team. But I think Carolina, they're gonna give more because this is a game that I think that they want to win. So I will pick Carolina to win this game and to turn the minus 140 into a plus, turn the frown upside down. What I'm going to do this time around, rather than taking a Carolina Hurricane for a point, I'm going to take a guy who's just bone dry, a third line, second power play guy in Mackie Samoskevich, under half of a point. So I'm going to go with the Carolina Hurricanes to win with the under half of a point for Mackie Samoskevich. And then I got some point prop values, or in one case, something that you know, many times I've talked about the shots on goal crime family, where it's awful to take shots on goal because in order to clear 3, you need 5 because they're taking away 2 guaranteed. But in this instance, I think it calls for it. Another injury-ravaged, depleted team are the St. Louis Blues. I mean, they're missing so many players. They're missing Thomas even now. They just put him on IR. So they have these makeshift top 2 lines where I'm seeing a certain amount of players. I mean, every point prop, by the way, is extremely affordable. Jordan Kyrou plus 100. I mean, look, the worst teams in the league, they score goals, especially at home. So I'm looking here, and what I'm seeing is a Mr. James Snuggerud, Jimmy Snuggerud, with this increased opportunity, with this increased ice time, with him having to carry more of the offensive burden. Look at his shots on goal totals in these last couple of games since they've been short all these players. 5-4, 5-4. And they got him listed at 1.5 in this game. So this is going to be the rare occasion, the absolutely rare occasion, where I'm going to take his alt shots on goal. 3 shots on goal for old Jimmy Snuggerud at home against the Tampa Bay Lightning, where, you go into St. Louis, you have these teams, who are entrenched in playoff positioning. They go to a team like St. Louis. It's hard to get it up. At least it is on a Friday in St. Louis. Carolina found that out the other night. Snuggerud at a point, bunch of shots, and I'm hoping for the same. So I'll take those 3 shots on goal for Jimmy Snuggerud. And just because all the prices affiliated with these Blues are so enticing, give me Snuggerud for 2 shots on goal with his point. And then his line mate, who's also pointed, I believe, in the last 2 since it's been injury-depleted St. Louis Blues, top line, or who knows what the top line is, first or second line, top power play line mate in Braden Shen. So give me the Braden Shen assist with the Snuggerud point, 2 shots on goal. That's north of plus 700. So, that's the value, and I'm trying to squeeze the juice out of it. We'll see if it works. We will see. As we will see what happens in this Anaheim LA Kings game. Because here's how I feel about the game. The Ducks finally got a win. How did they get that win? By playing some low-scoring hockey. I mean, they're missing Carlson. They were missing Terry. They were missing Gauthier. But I think they're getting Terry and Gauthier back. The problem is the Kings are playing in these low-scoring games. I really think the final score of this game is going to be 3-2, just like that last LA Kings game, where it's going to be 2-1. Someone's going to tie it up. Maybe it goes to overtime. I know Josh is big on giving those overtime bets, so maybe do one of those. I don't even. I've checked that so infrequently. I don't even know what a price is on a tie. I have zero clue. Is it like plus 300? Less? I don't even know. But what I do know is those 2 returning players are both giving me solid point prop prices. Now, if I knew they were out, if I knew Gauthier and Terry were out, which I don't think they will be because they were taking line rushes in, during the practice on Thursday, so I think they're ready to go in this game, I would have taken, the Granlund line, which included Alex Killorn. And I swear when I saw Alex Killorn was on the line, I'm like, you know what, forget it. I'll just take my chances with the returning players. Because it is so rare that you're going to see Troy Terry at plus 105. We have no guarantees he's not going to be on the top power play. All we know is what they did from last game. So when you check power play on daily faceoff, it's not necessarily correct. We got Gauthier and Terry both playing on the same line. Their point props are both north of plus 100. So I'm going to go with Troy Terry for a point, plus 105, although I don't think this will be the highest scoring game. But I've always liked Troy Terry. And then when you can take him and Gauthier, and it's north of plus 220, if you took them 1 month into the season, you would have got a minus bet. If you took both of them for a point, it would have been minus 115. But how the non-mighty who became mighty and then came back down to earth have fallen. So I will take Terry for a point there, and then you can sprinkle a little on that line combo. And that is what I have for you here on a Friday. I honestly wasn't even expecting to extract that much, but there were a couple things that I found in there. Anyway, good luck to you. Better luck to me. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, or don't. But you know how it goes. I mean, we need as much good sports betting karma as we can get around here. Make sure you like the video, comment on the video, hype the video if you want to be so kind. And then obviously what we have for you over the weekend, you can join us on the Patreon. It's patreon.com/Andy Francess. I will say this. I don't even want to get a little bit excited. I know when I made that video when I came back, I talked about how dismal the line combos have been this season. We currently are on our best 5-day stretch of the season. I shouldn't have even said that because I don't want to damn it. But I'm starting to become optimistic because we're starting to see some double-digit wins, and I'm hoping more are on the docket. We will see. I will give you an update after the weekend. But whatever, have a good weekend. If I don't see you over there, I will see you on Monday. Take it easy, and I will talk to you then.